everyone, welcome back. Got another question of the day. This is kind of a long one, so we're going to break it up in several different parts. So we're going to go ahead and read this one. So it says, hey, I got a perfect feedback on eBay and have never run into any issues with a sale until now. I sold an antique wood statue wrapped in lots of bubble wrap, wrapping paper, and made sure to cushion the inside of the oversized box so the statue floated in the center and nothing was moving around inside the box. First, I want to say congratulations on your 100% feedback. That's really great in this day of time. If you're selling a lot of items, it's really hard to keep that 100%. Great job. Congratulations on that. The other thing I'd like to say, what a wonderful job you've done packing this item. That is exactly what you're supposed to do. Great job in packing this item. She goes on and she says, the buyer sent me a message saying I was dishonest in my listing because there is a huge crack in it. I asked to see a photo because I always describe my item honestly and wouldn't have sold something with damage in the first place. That is a very good first response. When a buyer always messages me and say they see something, they've received something broken, I always ask if they could just send me a picture of the item broken so I can see with my own eyes what's going on there also. So that's a very good, in my opinion, that's a very good first response there. Right, the photo they sent me looks like it had been dropped, and you can clearly see it wasn't in that condition in the listing photos I took. So there's an insurance issue there. So that would require some cooperation between you, the seller, and the buyer, meaning the buyer would need to take pictures of the box, take pictures of the packing and all that. That's the first step the buyer would have to do. Then the next step on that is the buyer would have to send the item back to you, and then you could file the insurance claim through the post office. I will say this. From my experience, I've had 3 things broken in 5 years through the mail. All 3 things never got paid for. I did the USPS policy, had the insurance on it that I didn't purchase special insurance. I just used the insurance that came with priority mail or came with the type of labeling that I used. And I was refused all 3 times for whatever reason. I do not know. It just wasn't worth the hassle to fight it. So it is what it is with that. But that is an option with this item. You can attempt to get your money back through the post office. So there's number 1. Let's see. So now they just want some money, and then they'll leave positive review, which leaves me making 0 and I'm out an item. So the first thing I'm hearing here is when I'm reading this makes me think this buyer is telling you, hey, refund me all my money and I'll leave you a positive review. So that is feedback extortion. They can't do that. eBay will back you 100% now because of that one comment in the message. If that is in the message, they will back you no matter what your decision is. So don't be scared of feedback. There's a lot of sellers out there, especially a lot of new sellers, that are absolutely terrified of negative feedback and make bad decisions based off of what the buyer tells them in a message. Do not fall for that. Do not. That is just that's a way of them scamming you out of money. Now, yes, the item was broken, but they don't have a right to tell you that. So let's finish up. Let's see. It says, I already gave them a good discount to purchase the item. Something feels off that they would say that I was a liar instead of it being a shipping issue or something. I agree there. Now, this could be, if you feel your gut that something's off, they could have dropped the item after they received it and broke it themselves. That could have happened. How likely is it this happened in shipping? And what is the best way to handle this situation? Just looking for advice of someone with experience. Okay, so the item could have been cracked in shipping. It sounds like you packed it really, really good. So I don't know how far the item went from you to where its destination was. So it could have been a lot of hands on it there. It's possible. But from your description of the way you packed the item, if it's wooden, I don't think it was done in shipping. My personal belief is I feel like the buyer probably dropped the item out of the box. You can't prove that though. That's just a gut feeling. So all you can really do here, here's what I would suggest, because this is exactly what I would do. I would tell the buyer to please open a return. Please return me the item. Upon the return, I will refund them their money, because you did say in a later comment under there that you will be gladly to take the item back and you can use it for a different art project. That's great. So you have a use for it anyway. So now with the feedback, don't be scared of that feedback. If the buyer does leave you negative feedback, all you have to do is call eBay and say, hey, this buyer, this is the situation. Check my messages here. Under this item, the buyer said that they're going to leave me negative feedback if I don't refund them all their money right then. And they left me negative feedback, but I did refund them their money. eBay will remove that feedback, and when they do, they'll put a ding on that buyer's account for the simple fact that they use that terminology there. I will leave you positive feedback if you do this. That's still feedback extortion. That just means, hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to give you negative feedback. So you will have eBay's backing regardless of what you decide to do going forward based off the wording in their messages. And that's all you have to do. This has happened to me before. This is how I've handled it, and no feedback was left. If the buyer did leave negative feedback, I actually was notified that a buyer left negative feedback on my account, but when I go to my account to look, it's not there. The buyer did leave the feedback, but it's not shown on your account. It doesn't put a ding on your account because they had the feedback extortion clause applied to them. So that's what I would do. That's my situation there. If anyone else has got a different idea or something else, another suggestion they would like to suggest to this viewer, please leave a comment below. Other than that, guys, join us tomorrow for the next question.